Hello, greetings. Yeah, live stream again on Facebook. You all come here, you idol worshippers. So you are telling me, no, actually it is, who is telling me that I should question Imam Ali, and Imam Ali said, Saloni, ask me. So this thing, you see, we'll take it step by step, because see what Imam Ali has written, how this creation took place. It's not even in the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda is always like asking questions, and then it reaches gods and Indra and this. And so it did the gods. Let's see. Shall we take it step by step? Because this is like a unending bush of Allah. You see, it's like a forest, and I'm lost. So we'll have to take it step by step. Hope the sound is coming well, and I have properly attached and just getting my colorful things ready. Right. So, live stream. Sorry, I've been dropping things also. So just yeah. Now the sermon of Imam Ali. What is an attribute? Okay, we're going to look at it. Look at all the people who are poor in English and all this. We're starting from nursery. Attribute meaning we feel no shame in studying from A, B, C, D. We feel no shame. The world may laugh at us. We will be making mistakes. But this is for the truth. Remember Musa said, Hazrat Musa in Surah Kahf, he said, I will keep going, searching for the truth. Attribute is regard something as being caused by. So what is this? This is Imam Ali's Nahjul Balagha. Those of you who don't know what I'm trying to do from the Shia point of view, Sermon 1 from his book Nahjul Balagha. That is not the book. The Shia's 4 authentic books are not one of Nahjul Balagha of Imam Ali, which is someone Razi has compiled. His full name, sorry, I've forgotten. So Sayyid Razi. Anyhow, that's not the book that we take. The 4 books of Shia's authentic source, are Kafi and the others. I've forgotten the names. But not Nahjul Balagha. However, we take Nahjul Balagha very seriously. Now, I don't know the history behind it, why we don't take Nahjul Balagha as one of the authentic books, Shia authentic books, sources, but we have Nahjul Balagha mostly in our houses, the Shias. So, in his first sermon, Imam Ali, it is recorded in Nahjul Balagha, he says about Allah's attributes. How should it be taken and how it should not be taken, right? So then what I'm trying to do is, I haven't summarized this properly, to see who has gone wrong where, and in every way to burn the bridges of Islam. so that I don't go back to this. Islam. Huh? I like things coming from evangelists, Christians, and ex-Muslims. They are good things, but not good enough for a Shia with a deep knowledge in this, right? Like, what do you call it? A deep spiritual knowledge about things. The oneness of Allah. La ilaha illallah. It effaces, it erases, it just annihilates everything. It's like saying there is nothing but God. So we don't give attention to the created things of His, although that is important. We see it as a temporary thing, and we detachment from this world and all this. It helps us. It helps us. If you see the true reality, can we see that true reality? Can we see God? And how do we see God, and how do we touch Him? And can we touch Him? Can we see Him through our senses, eyes, and all this? So if we just see what is this Islam, forget all the punishments and all this right now, and all the other things. Now we are looking at the real thing. Is God a delusion, which scientist Richard Dawkins has written? Or is this God taken and played around with by religious figures, false prophets, and all this? This also we need to see. And we go deeper into the realities, which people may call philosophies, but philosophies, if through philosophy, if logic and philosophy is the step, child, nursery step, to go towards that higher, then we will take higher realities, then we will take these nursery steps, right? Then we have to take logically these nursery steps. Science has reached a height of, it's a zenith of something, right? With the stars and where it has reached to Mars and planet, what planets, moon, to the moon. And it has given us, it has facilitated here many things for us. It made life easier for us, right? So again, if we have to start from nursery, wherever I go in the Quran, and then starting from Imam Ali's Nahjul Balagha, God doesn't, you can't, Imam Ali explains that you can't do this. So let's see where it takes us. Right now I cannot give you a direction because I myself am confused, directionless. Clarity is not in me. So right now I cannot say where we are going, but we are discovering, right? Whether God, whether God, the religious God is a delusion, or, this name loaded God, and it comes with all that punishment, guilt, and what does worship Him? What happens when we worship Him? So all this considering, we are worshipping the true reality, in that the grip of this reality, this false temporary, we may call it a creation. Okay, there's one thing that we say, that we cannot say this is a false creation. This is just a dream that, it is just dreamed, or it is false. What the Hindus say, that it is a dream. Sorry, Hindus. Because the gods were here. Krishna was here, Radharani was here, Vishnu. these from Lakshmi Devi and Vishnu. They're avatars that come here to explain to us. So this creation, we cannot say it has come out of falsehood. When in Islam, it says that God created all this. So it cannot come out of Maya, which is a satanic thing, which is a delusion. You see, magic, which is magic. A magician will delude your senses, and but what is real? A magician will delude you. It's an illusion. They will only give you an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not real. So what is real? So we don't want God the magician, God the delusion, but we want to see if there's a real God that exists. Also that. So we take Imam Ali, the greatest, who we have the Nahjul Balagha, and he says that God doesn't have an attribute. Now what is an attribute? Verb. Thank you, Wikipedia. Oh, sorry, Google search. I'm so used to saying Wikipedia. Dictionary, Oxford Language. Attribute, regard something as being caused by. Being caused by. So Imam Ali explains that God's attributes are different than him. You see, verb tense. If we take it as a verb, attribute, and if we take it as a noun, a quality or feature regarded as a characteristic or inherent part of someone or something. So when you look at the dictionary word, even this, like not the Quranic dictionary, it's just plain dictionary. So attribute, you cannot say that it is God's inherent, God has parts and something, features and qualities and characteristics. This all like Rahmaniyat and Rahim and Kaharo and all the 99 names of Allah cannot be taken as his inherent quality or characteristics or parts or features of Allah. Allah is beyond all this. Right? So then, what Imam Ali now says here in his sermon 1, Nahjul Balagha, is that the foremost, where shall I start from? Him to testify him, the perfection of testifying him is to believe in his oneness. Oneness. The perfection of believing in his oneness is to regard him pure, yani unmixed by his creation. The created thing does not touch the creator. He is pure, and the perfection of his purity is to deny him attributes. This is the perfection of his purity. This does not mean that Imam Ali is denying or going against the Quran ayats, right? This is what we used to think. This is like bringing you to La ilaha illallah. What is it this? That there is no God but one God. So Imam Ali further says, attribute. Okay, so his oneness is to regard him pure, and the perfection of his purity is to deny him attributes. because every attribute is a proof that it is different from that to which it is attributed. It is a proof in itself that it is different. I really don't understand this. It's a very high thing, high reality. Different from that to which it is attributed. And everything to which something is attributed is different from the attribute. So very confusing now, the way I'm looking at it as a Shia, as I used to look at it. But I understood that no attributes for God. God is beyond attributes. Thus, whoever attaches attributes to Allah recognizes His like. And whoever recognizes His like, oh my God, who can write something like this? You see? And whoever recognizes His like regards Him too. And whoever regards Him as two recognizes parts for people have gotten up and oh Ali Mala Mala, like this is too it's too much. There was one person, Imam Ali was explaining to him consciousness of God. He just fainted. In fact he just conked out and went dead. He left his life. Here. That's it. He was gone, immersed. He left his body. So there is in Nahjul Balagha, Imam Ali explains God consciousness to someone and he just gone in the end. He was no more. So if you are scared of that, yeah. So you see, and whoever regards him as two recognizes parts for him, and whoever recognizes parts for him mistook him, and whoever mistook him pointed at him. And whoever pointed at him admitted limitations for him. But please, can someone tell me why is there the Kaaba, the house of Allah? Why are these signs of Allah there? But we can say, can't we say the same thing for the idol worshippers? Which is written in Surah Zumar, that they say these are the ones we associate with, they take us close to Allah. You see, there's a time when Imam Ali, in this sermon somewhere, Imam Ali says to someone, or maybe in Al-Kafi, sorry, I don't know. Like he says, if you take God without anything, then no, I have to be very careful. So I'm going to search for that too. However, shall we finish? So you see, in this, he's explaining that there is a God that cannot be divided, cannot be pointed at. Even though we have the house of Allah here, we have His signs, we have His messenger that we must assist, honor, and obey and believe in, and regularly send salutations, and still no one comes close to Allah, the one God. So Karen Armstrong has explained in her book, I think it's her, who says that Allah has come from Illah, which means one God. Al, perhaps is the, Allah, Illah, meaning one God. Illah. Something like that, I think I read Karen Armstrong's book long time ago. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Thus whoever, okay, so where are we now? And whoever mistook him pointed at him. And whoever pointed at him admitted limitations for him. And whoever admitted limitations for him numbered him. No one has written this kind of a sermon the first time I've seen. Okay, no one has written something like this. Rig Veda, I just love that first beginning. In the beginning, what was? And whoever said, and what is he? Oh, and whoever said, and what is he? Sorry, excuse me, I get very overwhelmed. And what is he? Held that he is contained. And whoever said, on what is he? Held he is not on something else. So, oh my goodness. It's not easy for me to read this without being overwhelmed, like saying, he is a being, but not through phenomenon of coming into being. He exists, but not from non-existence. You see, this is the answer to the Rig Veda. Let me now open the, like, who is the I that is what, you know what we say about Imam Ali's eyes? जिसने देखा मर ही गया, तेरी चश्म सियाही में है जादू. And you know that I that in Surah Taha, if you want the Quran ayat, that you were brought under our eye, under my eye. What does it mean? Musa, Surah Taha, or is it also in Surah Qasas? Or in Surah Qasas? I have to check that ayat verse. So Imam Ali gives an answer to these Hindus and idol worshippers. You see, Rig Veda, maybe, no, I don't think the Hindus will feel bad about this. Rig Veda, because everyone, excuse me, this is a message. Rig Veda, in the beginning. Probably originated present in Pakistan. Nasadiya Sutta. What was in the beginning? So shall I just read? Okay, here it is. Someone's translation. Creation, right? Rig Veda 10, chapter 5. What's this? Sorry, I chapter 5, 10:129. 10:129. Chapter 5, Rig Veda. Creation. Then there was neither non-existence nor existence. There was no realm of air, no sky beyond it, what covered it and where. This is much long time ago. I mean, many ancient times before Imam Ali. Okay? Just remember this. If you want to criticize it as a non-Hindu or idol worshipper, just remember that we got it 1400 years back. All these Abrahamic scriptures have been corrupted. Okay? So please be careful not to jump to, conclusions that I'm criticizing idol worshippers because, oh, Imam Ali was so great. 1400 years ago he came. And even we Shias don't take the Nahjul Balagha as our authentic Shia book, one of the authentic books. What covered it and where, and what gave shelter was then unfathomed depth of water. Death was not then, nor was there anything immortal. No sign was there. The days and nights divider. That one thing, breathless, breathed by its own nature. And if you're going to laugh at this, there's a Quran ayat which says, I breathed into Adam, what? My spirit. So no need for you Muslims to laugh at that. Laugh at this. The one thing breathless, breathed by its own nature. Apart from it was nothing whatsoever. Darkness there was, at first concealed in darkness. Darkness there was, at first concealed in darkness. This all was indiscriminated chaos. All that existed then was void and formless. By the great power of warmth, friction, was born that one. Which one? That one. Warmth. How does heat come? You know? Through friction, right? When you like take two things and two stones and you know, what do you call that? Oh, thanks to my English. Thank you God, I have great English power, over my English, command over my English. Thereafter rose desire. Friction. To love or not to love. To be or not to be. So what? Rig Veda. There was neither non-existence nor existence. There was neither non-existence nor existence. Something was pumping, contraction, and what do you call it? Exhale, inhale, contraction, and what's the opposite of contraction? Expansion. Something was saying to be or not to be. See, because there was not non-existence, like completely non-existence. That's a shame. I wish it was non-existence. That's so terrible. We can never go into non-existence. There's nothing like non-existence. I wish I hadn't existed at all. That's Bibi Mariam's prayer when she was giving birth, Surah Mariam. Allah. So, such is life. There was no realm of air, no sky beyond it. What covered it and where? So now then it says that darkness, there was darkness and first concealed in darkness. So I've jumped to verse 3 over here in the Rig Veda creation. Verse from 1 to 3. Darkness there was, at first concealed in darkness. This all was Where is all this coming from? Someone who has been doing what? Reflecting? Because what does the Quran say? Reflect on these verses of mine. Meditating, reflecting, deep meditation, deep contemplation, many, many years. So, death was not then, nor was there anything immortal. No sign was there. The days and nights divider. No sign was there. That one thing, breathless, breathed by its own nature, apart from it was nothing whatsoever. Whether it breathed or not, we don't know. This pure awareness. Do you see any breathing in this pure awareness? No. Darkness there was. At first concealed in darkness, this all was indiscriminated chaos. All that existed then was void and formless. Indiscriminated chaos. By the great power of warmth was born that one. You know what this warmth, where does heat come from? Friction. When you take two stones and you rub them against each other, you get heat. And then you can light a fire. Sparks, you rub them more and you get sparks. If you don't have a matchbox in the desert or in the forest. So where did this warmth, this great power of warmth, was born that to be or not to be? You see, from this non-existence, nor existence. Darkness concealed in darkness. All was indiscriminated chaos. All that existed then was void and formless. This is going to be slow. Very, very slow. I'm discovering online. It's like a, live stream. I am here on Facebook live stream. Now, I'm rendered quite amazed, overwhelmed, and confused. Thereafter rose desire. Yes, that's it. God has been telling me. Oh my goodness. You mean to say that in St. Joseph's College, I didn't want to love the principal. I didn't want all this. I wanted to be, have a low profile and not just be, because the first time, I don't know what graced me, that I just was in this emptiness, and I just left Miss Tessa to ourselves, to our life. What a miracle. I thought Bibi Mariam had given me this miracle. Interceding to God. The pure ones, when they intercede, God listens to them. So I asked her to intercede. The one thing, breathless. My God. So, so what happened to me in college was that St. Joseph's College 1990 is that the thought came to me to love Mrs. Munira Gulzar. A thought came, or a feeling came, but it was a thought. I said, no, no. So a feeling came, and then the thought came. And so my therapist used to say that no, feelings come after the thought. The thought comes first. And I said, yeah, but I got this feeling. And then the thought came, to love or not to love. Right? So I was in this friction. I described it. I was like, oh my God, now it is a friction. And I kind of felt dizzy. Ooh. And, like, what shall I do now? There was this, the feeling was like, like Michael Bolton later on, his song I heard, oh, oh, this river runs, right? So you can't stop a river. And if you want to make dams and, okay, give us and water so you can, everyone can get this water. So that's why we have dams and all this, even to avoid storms, perhaps. This is what I found out from this movie I watched again, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Indian movie. But when a storm is to come, a storm comes. Even a dam cannot do anything to stop it. So, and to protect us from the storm. So what happened is, this is now I'm realizing, now someone is pointing that it was this friction. Oh, friction I knew was there, but that it has to do with Mirabai and Radharani. And like to understand God's love, Michael Bolton has sung a song saying that you, even Sure, I think, Sure, you wouldn't know love if it knocked down your door. Michael Bolton. You wouldn't know it now, you never knew it before. If it's there in your hands or from the heavens above, you wouldn't know love. Oh no, you wouldn't know love. So this love, even Martika's kitchen, love, thy will be done. I can no longer hide, I can no longer run. So I understood at that time that, oh my God, this feeling came, and I was this is love feeling. This is pulling me towards the principle, and I don't think I need to go into this because I felt so guilty, going back, unable to let go of Miss Desai and going back to that poor woman. I felt like a criminal all the time in my life, so guilty. I was in this psychic hell, right? So friction comes. And here in Rig Veda it says, by the great power of, now I understand. Because what happened is, I decided, what came to me when there was this friction, what's the solution? To love or not to love? The solution was, again I'm repeating myself, the solution was unconditional love. Whether she wants you or doesn't want you, you love her unconditionally. You just observe her. When she needs you, you will help out, like far from the madding crowd. You will know how to help her. Gabriel Oak was helping Bathsheba. At your service. She was our principal. So this is the way, and then it came to me that you just observe this person. Somehow, I don't know from where, it came to me that you just observe. Maybe a book I read or something, I don't know. But it came to me, maybe through a book, that this is detachment, unconditional love. You don't cry for her if you don't want to go to college racing in your car, drive faster, faster, faster. You enjoy the time in the car, you enjoy the songs in the car or whatever you like, the scenery, or whatever you are in your car. If you like yourself, in yourself, you're not in a rush. You're not in a hurry to see your beloved. You enjoy the road towards her. It's all this. And you also observe her. Her weaknesses may be there. You just observe, pay. So then when I came to Jiddu Krishnamurti, I was really like taken aback by that. He says, paying, what is attention? Observation, attention, love. What is this love? It is paying full attention to something. When you pay full attention to something, effortless. It's you're resting in yourself, there's a peace, and you're paying attention to this person. Actually, I found myself loving myself, my life, this and that more, and enjoying my life, my years. So I found a card like, loving you has made me love myself. I've fallen in love with myself. It's helped me love myself. So it's like that, you see. Something to that effect. What was the card? Actually, I can't remember the words verbatim, but it was like, loving you, I have started to love myself more. Enjoy myself, you rest in yourself, you play. It's like God has come. God is here, and God knows what. Like that, right? So now I understand this warmth. Great power of warmth was born, that one. Thereafter rose desire. In the beginning, desire, the primal seed and germ of spirit. Sages who searched. So I have to be slow. There's so desire, friction. From friction to love or not to love. Right? From this. But if you say, okay, let me love her, then desire comes. Let me love her. I'll love her. But if you remain, you see the friction coming to love or not to love. You see this. Acknowledge it. It's a friction. Right? Heat is coming out. Ooh, it's friction. Take a step back and just, I don't know what I did, but it just came to me then, that unconditional love. And my desires took a back seat, and then everything, like what I went through, it's nothing. For me to say that it is nothing what I went through, my God, it just vanished. It was a lot. I was complaining to God. I'd started to fight with him. I even started to abuse him at times. If you don't bring Miss Tissa today, tomorrow, even if you come down for me, or you send your greatest sign, like you send Bibi Mariam, I will reject it. I will not, like in this anger, I will not, because I won't be able to take it. I will deny you. This much I also said to him, to God, in my prayer, in anger. Right? So, friction. Non-existence nor existence. What happens when you are in this to be or not to be? Mind came in. What came in? I don't know. The thought came in, right? But where does Jiddu... Oh, okay. So I've read Jiddu Krishnamurti. I want to acknowledge him. But now we are here in my broken English and broken self. How do we do this? I don't know. To be or not to be. But we are in... So remain in the being unconditionally. Not like that. Say it. What I found out was that this is unconditional being. That's it. So what is the unconditional being? It just observes without judgment. It's pure awareness, unmixed, unhampered, untouched by the world and its thoughts and its judgments. You can do Muji Baba, right? So here, God was enlightening me through my years of life living. I was a truth seeker. I still am, so learning. So before desire, it took me. Now my desires, I didn't care for my desires. Unfulfilled. And it's not even a prayer that, oh God, let my desires be unfulfilled. So, anyhow, I had to go to Imam Ali's Nahjul Balagha of the attributes that God, God is the attributeless, which the Hindus say is Narguna or Sarguna. Narguna, he is the formless, nothing touches him, nothing. Like you cannot. And Imam Ali has explained it quite well with his peak of eloquence. That's why it's called his book, which is compiled his sayings, sermons, letters, and all. Sayyid Razi, what's his name, has compiled it. So, what was I saying now? He has explained it very well that God doesn't have any attributes. You can't say that Rahman is a innate, that he feels. You see, if you say he's compassionate, what do we say? It's not his innate quality, or it's not a part of him. So Imam Ali has explained it well. It's not a feeling. When God gets angry, It's not his characteristics. That God is beyond all this, attributes and all. So I was thoroughly purify me with the thorough purification. And what is Surya Allah? Who succeeds? What is that verse in Surya Allah? Who succeeds? The one who purifies his soul or spirit. So all this we have been left in a dilemma, in a confusion. Now, is God the delusion? We're trying to find out. Richard Dawkins has given a good, I used to also say that God, first I said duality problem, duality has come in, this has come in this, that I could understand. I read the Gita and Krishna was saying to Arjun that everything is, I'm in everything, but everything is not in me, and God. And I was so confused, but still, Krishna has had a lot of patience to explain to Arjun, to show him even. But that was Krishna and Arjun. So this non-existence nor existence, in between, you know what is? Is there to be or not to be? Or is there just I am? The greatest name of God. I mean the greatest being. This is the greatest. I am. Because I wasn't created. No, nor existence. So now what happens if there's nor existence? I wonder if the right word is used here. In the Rig Veda, this is a translation by copyrights W. W. Norton Publishing. All rights reserved. Okay, who? Page created by Thomas. So now we go, where do we go? The gods are later. Notice that the pantheon of gods, and there are quite a few in Hindu mythology, originates after that one thing separates matter into the forms of this world. He knows it, or perhaps he knows it not. So here I was like Imam Ali, right? Because Imam Ali has said, all-knowing. He's the all-knowing. I mean, that's in the Quran too, but the way Imam Ali explains, no one has been able to explain that. And sometimes giving it easy to people, but I felt confused from the ayats and all. Surya Allah says, glorify the name of thy Lord, the Most High, thy guardian Lord, the Most High. Okay, the name. Here we are told in this surah to glorify the name, verse 1. Could it be, like I started to think, I had to guess, could it be that this was a copy from the pagan Arab idol worshippers? The one who, this name that creates, does three things. Because the God is not in action. He's not the doer of things, right? Now we've learned a lot. We've seen a lot. We've seen the absolute, but we cannot maintain this absolute awareness because the play of Maya comes in illusion. Muji Baba has told us, warned us, shown us. So now knowing this through Muji, Jemuji. We can say that. What was the point now? The point was that we have missed the point. We keep missing the point. So I've missed it. Okay. So then I'll restart. Imam Ali said, okay, so in this surah, shall I read this first? The last part, let me just, last few, okay, after one, okay, matter interval. He knows it, or perhaps he knows it not. Knowing and not knowing. What is? This type of paradox, okay, this is explained. Oh, I'm reading the notes here. Okay, I'll just read the 7th verse, the last one. He, the first origin of this creation, whether he formed it all or did not form it, who knows then whence it came? Just reading the verse, previous one, or let me start from 6. Who verily knows, and who can here declare it? What has Imam Ali done? Whence it was born, and whence comes this creation? The gods are later than this was production. Who knows then whence it first came into being? He, the first origin of this creation, whether he formed it all or did not form it, whose eye controls this world in highest heaven, he verily knows it, or perhaps he knows it not. So when the Ismailis make Imam Ali, take him as the 10th avatar, Vishnu's 10th avatar. You can understand when you read Nahjul Balagha Sermon 1, you can understand why Imam Ali by the Ismailis taken as the 10th avatar of the Vishnu. He verily knows it, or perhaps he knows it not. But at least now coming just a little bit, putting aside Imam Ali and all this, for what I found out, my personal thing was that then was neither non-existence, no, because on my live stream here, my title is "Come Here, You Hindus." Did I say this? I don't mean to be rude or very, very presumptuous. Why have you made idols of Radharani? Huh? Maybe I can rest. So, if you would just break this idol, break it. Break all idols. No, just idol worshippers, come here. This is my title on Facebook. So I'll be uploading, I'm also recording this and I'll be uploading it on YouTube, my 2 channels. Okay, now, shall we finish the Islamic thing or shall we go to... You don't have to break any idols. Please don't go breaking idols and all this. What you can do is you just need to Bule Shah said that, Someone broke all the idols, but they did not break the idol inside here, the ego idol. This is the idol we should be breaking. This is our jihad. This is Jihad Akbar, the greatest jihad, we are told. If we break this ego inside of us, then you don't need to break any idols or anything. And you do not need to break any idols. But Abraham, I felt, needed to break idols to shock. You see, because Franz Kafka here, he had to shock his people, his father, his uncle. Then Imam Ali and Prophet Muhammad had to shock the idol worshippers. Franz Kafka's, I can't find his Franz Kafka. We need to have a shock, have a, something to shock us, to remind us what is this reality. If you cannot be still and know God, if they were shocked, then Gregor had no further responsibility and could be calm. What did he say about this? A very strong kind of tragedy we need. We need to be hit or something. Maybe it's like we need to be hit. We need to be hit. I can't remember what it was really. I can't find it. Like the death of someone. What we need are books that hit us, like a most painful misfortune. We have a story. We have Shias have the Karbala sacrifice of Imam Hussein, tragedy of Karbala. So I was like, we already have this, what Franz Kafka has said. What we need are books that hit us like a most painful misfortune, like the death of someone we loved, more than we love ourselves. I also had that. I mean, not a death, but it was a separation. That because I loved Miss Tissa more than I loved myself. That make us feel as though we had been banished to the woods or hell. I'm just adding my words here. But Franz Kafka says, banished to the woods, far from any human presence, like suicide. I even committed many attempted suicides. A book must be at the axe for the frozen sea within us. You see, like, oh, I used to think, like, who will break this ice that is now between Miss Desai and I, this wall, this great ice, frozen sea, he calls it, within us. That is what I believe. Franz Kafka. Okay, I got the quote. So why does he say this? Why? What will happen to us? So this whole quote I'll read out through Goodreads. Altogether, I think we ought to read only books that bite and sting us. If the book we are reading doesn't shake us awake like a blow to the skull, why bother reading it in the first place? So that it can make us happy, as you put it. Good God, we'd be just as happy if we had no books at all. No books at all. Books that make us happy, we could, in a pinch, also write ourselves. What we need are books that hit us like a most painful misfortune, like the death of someone we loved more than we love ourselves, that make us feel as though we had been banished to the woods, far from any human presence, like suicide. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. That is what I believe. Franz Kafka. That will make us happy. That will bring us in the all together. We are to read. Okay, I need to contemplate more on this. So we need something like this. What will happen to us when we are in this most painful state? Night, you are not like me. Madman, Khalil Gibran, right? What will happen to us? When we face our greatest fear, what happens to us? So, night, and so I did not record that from Facebook Live on my page. Night and the Madman. We're shying away. We're escaping from our reality. So Khalil Gibran, again, let me just read some of it out. Night and the Madman. I am like thee, O night, dark and naked. I walk on the flaming path which is above my daydreams, and whenever my foot touches earth, a giant oak tree comes forth. Nay, thou art not like me, O madman, for thou still lookest backward to see how large a footprint thou leavest on the sand. I am like thee, O night, silent and deep, and in the heart of my loneliness lies a goddess in childbed, and in him who is being born heaven touches hell. Nay, thou art not like me, O madman, for thou shudderest yet before pain, and the song of the abyss terrifies thee. See? Thou shudderest before pain. Thou still shudderest. When you are fearless, when you've gone through, God forbid, gone through your greatest fear, like a man, let's say my greatest fear is rape right now, right? And I've been raped. Okay, but I haven't been raped. And this has been constantly on me that, I see these Pakistanis coming, some of them, and saying things, right? Molestation. So where is actually the act of rape? People can, there are monsters outside. There are rapists. Gang rapes happened in Pakistan. So they were Yusuf Zedi was telling me, like, what is your, like, if you fear rape, it's not outside, it's inside, the fear. So you have to be able to do what? Face the fear, face the reality of life. Face your greatest fear, and then what happens? You become fearless. What are we told by the Quran ayat? That the friends of Allah have no fear, except for that they have no fear, except for they fear Allah, taqwa. Okay, but what's the verse? They have no fear. But now I'm going somewhere else. Now to show the Hindus that why are you worshipping Radharani? Why did you worship? I'm back here, right? It is not written in your scriptures. And also discovering, so shudderest, thou shudderest at the pain. So just, sorry, excuse me now. Okay, so then we go, you see, I found Imam Ali's sermon against idol worshippers. And nowadays Hindu idol worshippers, right? But 91. So, where are we? We want to save the Hindus. Okay? We want to save the Hindus. This idol worshipping, we're still not. Forgot to put Nahjul Balagha. They're giving me Psalm Nahjul Balagha. Just Nahjul. Oh God. So in Suri also Nahjul Balagha. Maybe I didn't search on this phone. Oh God. The sermon is known Sermon of Skeletons. Khutbatul Ashba. Khutbah. Okay, Imam Ali, like here, he says about idol worshippers, and he quotes, there's a quote from reference, ayat from the Quran. Attributes of Allah is described in the Holy Quran. Then look on, questioner, be confined to those of his attributes. Be confined. What? Here we have a different attributes which the Quran had described, and seek light from the effulgence of its guidance. Leave to Allah that knowledge which Satan has prompted you to seek, and which neither the Quran enjoins you to seek, nor is there any trace of it in the actions or sayings of the Prophet and other leaders, Aima, of guidance. This is the extreme limit of Allah's claim upon you. Know that that firm is in knowledge are those who refrain from opening the curtains that lie against the unknown, and their acknowledgement of ignorance about the details of the hidden unknown prevents them from further probe. Are you kidding me? Sorry, excuse me. Oh my goodness. See, if we don't know this Allah, He is discouraging the man from opening the 7 curtains that Allah, we are told, is covered in. But if you don't open those 7 curtains, it's still kafir. Then Imam Ali, you are encouraging disbelief. When you say you yourself have seen Allah through your heart's eyes, how are you discouraging this poor man who has come to Imam Ali? Right? And then you say these idol worshippers. Where's my other? I'm sorry, I haven't my stronger glasses, so I've been using a little. Oh, here they are. Just a minute, please, just a moment. So, what's this now? See, here in Sermon 91, who is asking Imam Ali? Praise be to Allah who is not enriched by the refusal to give away. Okay. Yes, guaranteed, but let me see who is asking Imam Ali. Sermon 91. Praise belongs to God who is. This sermon is known as the Sermon of Skeletons. Khutbatul Ashbah. And it holds one of the highest positions among the sermons of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful, Imam Ali. Masada ibn Sadaqa has related from Imam Jafar ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq, PBUT, saying, Amir al-Mu'mineen delivered the sermon from the pulpit of the mosque of Kufa when someone asked him, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, describe Allah for us in such a way that we may imagine that we see Him with eyes, so that our love and knowledge may increase about Him. First of all, you cannot imagine Allah, right? Because imagination is something different than reality, what Jiddu Krishnamurti tried to show us. Amir al-Mu'mineen became angry at this request of the questioner and ordered the Muslims to gather in the mosque. So many Muslims gathered in the mosque that the place was overcrowded. Then Amir al-Mu'mineen ascended the pulpit while he was still in a state of anger, and his color was changed. After he had praised Allah and extolled Him and sought His blessings on the Prophet, he said, Description of Allah. Praise be to Allah who is not enriched by the refusal to give away and stinginess. Even like if Amir al-Mu'mineen had explained to you in a soft manner that, listen, you Hindu, come here. Right? Allah. You say, how can I describe Allah? One who is not as stingy. His generosity knows no limits. When He gives, nothing is subtracted from Him. When you love someone, what happens? This poor guy is telling Imam Ali that is Imam Ali, sorry to say this, Shias, it could be a great shock to you people. You may think that I think I'm great or something, but I really cannot help mocking, in this mockery tone. Sorry. Just tell the person that you want to love Allah. You cannot use your imagination to love Allah. And when you love someone, do you see that more love comes out and there's no stinginess? Love doesn't decrease. It's not like money you are giving out or some object. Look at your feelings. Forever isn't long enough to give you my love. And will that love decrease? The more you give, the more you get. The more you give, it doesn't decrease. Even if you don't get more, it just doesn't decrease. So all Imam Ali had to do was explain it this way. But he got so angry that he came up to the pulpit. His color has changed. You need to tell these Hindus, these idol worshippers, that you need to explain that God is the image and God are separate. God is the formless. Imagination cannot reach God. You need to explain what is imagination and what is the reality. What is the true reality? Here we're not given in this. You see, we have a. Let me just open this in Chrome. Sermon 91, remember, right? So we have this. What does it say? Surah. What would make you know what the reality is? Kiyama. Now, if you tell us this way, I will. I do swear by the day of judgment, and I do swear by the self-reproaching soul. Do people think we cannot reassemble their bones? Yes, indeed, we are most capable of restoring even their very fingertips, but you don't believe in reincarnation. But only on Judgment Day this will happen to you. So still people want to deny what is yet to come. This is about Judgment Day. Asking mockingly, when is this day of judgment? But when the sight is stunned, and the moon is dimmed, and the sun and the moon are brought together, on that day one will cry, where is the escape? What did Jiddu Krishnamurti say? What has Franz Kafka said? What, even for the Shias, what is the tragedy of Karbala? You do not escape your pain, your fear. But no, there will be no refuge. On that day, all will end before your Lord, and all then will be informed of what they have sent forth and left behind. In fact, people will testify against their own souls, despite the excuses they came up with. Do not rush your tongue trying to memorize a revelation of the Quran. It is certainly upon us to make you memorize and recite it. So once we have recited a revelation through Gabriel, it says in quotation, follow its recitation closely. Then it is surely upon us to make it clear to you, and not in fact you love this fleeting world and neglect the hereafter. On that day some faces will be, okay, there's some hint here. You neglect the you neglect the hereafter, and you love the fleeting world, temporary, this delusion, Maya, looking at their Lord. Looking at their Lord? Other faces will be gloomy. What's this? On that day some faces will be bright, looking at their Lord. How can you look at the Lord? And other faces will be gloomy, anticipating something devastating to befall them. But no, beware of the day when the soul reaches the collarbone as it leaves. And when it is said, oh God, my soul has reached my collarbone. I'm in this التراقي. Oh, my soul, Hafiz, my soul has reached its lips. My soul has reached my lips, ready to fly. and the dying person realizes it is their time to depart, and then their feet are tied together in a shroud. On that day will they be driven to your Lord alone. This denier neither believed nor prayed, but persisted in denial and turned away. Then went to their own people walking boastfully. Woe to you and more woe. Again woe to you and even more woe. Do people think they will be left without purpose? Were they not once a sperm drop? Okay. So where's that the reality? Is such a creator unable to bring the dead back to life? No reincarnation. Only on Judgment Day will you be brought back to life. But where's that verse which says, oh, maybe, sorry, it's not this one. Surah, Qiyamah. What would make you know what the great, must be Surah Haqqa then? Is there, don't tell me there's a Surah. It's not Haqq, it's not Haqqa, it's Haqqa. Sorry, excuse me. Surah Haqqa, sorry, it is my fault. The inevitable hour. What is the inevitable hour? And what will make you realize what the inevitable hour is? Isn't it the reality? Is the inevitable reality. What is the inevitable reality? Both Thamud and Ad denied the striking disaster. What is this inevitable reality? You see, each disobeying their lords and he sees crushing them. Trumpet will be blown, or angels. So sorry, made a mistake, went to Qiyamah. It is actually Haqqa. Oh my God. So from here and there, for they never had faith in Allah the Greatest, nor encouraged the feeding of the poor. So this day they will have no close friend here, nor any food except oozing pus or pus. And none will eat except the evildoers. They're going to eat their pus. Now I do swear by whatever you see. What do you see? And whatever you cannot see. Indeed, this Quran is the recitation of a noble messenger. Kareem. It is not the prose of a poet, as you claim, yet you hardly have any faith. Nay, is it the mumbling of a fortune teller, yet you are hardly mindful. It is a revelation from the Lord of all worlds. Okay, had the messenger made up something in our name, we would have certainly seized him by his right hand and severed his aorta, and none of you could have shielded him. Indeed, this Quran is a reminder to those mindful of Allah. Okay, so you have to be for Allah fearing. And we certainly know what happens to you when you have that fear. You want to escape. And indeed, this Quran is the absolute truth. If you start to bring up your child with fear all the time and without love, so this we say God is speaking to those terrible people. It's not for you, Zahra. It's not for those who fear Allah. And indeed, this Quran is the absolute truth. So glorify the name of your Lord, the greatest. Again it has come. The name. Now please find out. Azim. Here it says Azim. What does it say? It doesn't say here that you again, it doesn't say here that you glorify Allah. But what it means, I'm not going to tell you the meaning. You find out. When you blame the idol worshippers, naming their demigods and this, and Trinity, and pantheism, and nature worship. You see, we've created such a problem of duality, and all this also from this. But they don't accept it. We Shias, we don't see it, we don't accept this. Imam Ali has. You see? So glorify the name of your Lord. Name, glorify the name. Don't ask me what's in the name. Ask yourselves and go ask Imam Ali what's in the name. I have been asking Imam Ali, what's in the name of your Lord? That we have to glorify the name of your Lord. What if now, zikr Allah, if these idol worshippers, what is their mantra? Why do they glorify Radha, Rani? Yeah, they make me say Radha Rani. What is in the name? Another thing is that there is a duality, problem of duality, which has come up from this religion. On one hand, you say there's nothing but la, and Imam Ali has explained it, and no attributes of Allah, and this and that. So please tell us, what is Imam Ali saying in this? Sermon 91. He's saying, and he will quote from the Quran that, you ask so many questions. If you ask too many questions, this thing will be revealed to you and it will not be good for you. Don't ask questions that if God were to tell you about these things, you will hang yourself. Sorry, what is that ayat? I also checked that ayat in Surah Tawbah, it is there. That these monks and these rabbis, they take money. You see, look, this poor guy came like why can't we touch God? Why can't we imagine? Because, excuse me, all he had to say, that's why this guy must have said that this Imam Ali is a fake Imam. I'm not believing in him. You see, if a teacher scolds you, but she knows her work, you will get it. You will get that loving way from him. But if a teacher tells you he is powerful such that when imagination shoots its arrows to comprehend the extremity of his power and mind, making itself free of the dangers of evil thoughts, tries to find him in the depth of his realm, and hearts long to grasp realities of his attributes, and openings of intelligence penetrate beyond description in order to secure knowledge about his being. Secure knowledge about crossing. Okay, he has said this here. He is powerful such that when imagination shoots its arrows to comprehend the extremity of his power and mind. You just need to make it very simple. Look, this imagination and God, they're two entirely different things. About Allah's creation. You can read all this. Now, what does he say? O Allah, I stand witness that he who likens thee with the separateness of the limbs, what? Or with the joining of the extremities of his body, did not acquaint his inner self with knowledge about thee. Now he's saying this, and his heart did not secure conviction to the effect that there is no partner for thee. No partner. Oh my God. But servants of Allah? Okay, no partners. It is as though he has not heard the wrongful followers disclaiming their false gods by saying, they are wrong who liken thee to their idols and dress thee with apparel of the creatures by their imagination, attribute to thee parts of body by their own thinking. Oh, so you see, now we are coming. Idol worshippers, come here. Did Imam Ali, what are you saying? Imam Ali is trying to tell you here, it is not, this religion is not thought made. Thinking, you see, the parts of body by their own thinking and consider the after the creatures of various types, monkeys and elephants, and through the working of their intelligence. It is your own intelligence and your own thinking. I stand witness, Imam Ali says. Oh, by Jove, this witness. Imam Ali says, I'm standing witness to this. What is this? That whoever equated thee with anything out of thy creation took a match for thee. And whoever takes a match for thee is an unbeliever. And what? Because he has divided God. He has ruined God. Acha, that's why he's an unbeliever. Okay. Oh God. Let's read Dua Kumail. I have shirked. I've done polytheism. I'm a disbeliever. I've done kufr. Oh my goodness. According to what is stated in thy unambiguous verses and indicated by the evidence of thy clear arguments, I also stand witness to that. Thou art that Allah who cannot be confined in the fetters of intelligence, so as to admit change of condition by entering its imagination. You have created your gods with your imagination, nor in the shackles of mind, so as to become limited, nor in the shackles of mind, so as to become limited and an object of alterations. part of the same sermon about the greatest perfection in Allah's creation. So I'll skip this, I won't read this, but here this verse comes out. By Allah, we were certainly in manifest error when we equaled you with the Lord of the worlds. Quran, Surah 26, Ayat 97 and 98. Right? I missed some here. Let me see if we can give due, because Imam Ali is now standing witness to this. La ilaha illallah. And that you cannot have idols and all this, right? About Allah's creation. He originated the creation without an example. No. Okay. Yes. This one. He originated the creation without an example, which he could follow, and without any specimen prepared by any known creator. Okay, confession. There existed on itself to him made us realize that argument has been furnished about knowing him, so there's no excuse against it. The signs of his creative power and standard of his wisdom are fixed in the wonderful things he has created. Whatever he has created is an argument in his favor and a guide towards him. Even a silent thing is a guide towards him, as though it speaks. And its guidance towards the Creator is clear. O Allah, I stand witness that he who likens thee with the separateness of the limbs. Can the limbs be separate? Oh, likens thee with the separateness of the limbs, fragmented mind, or with the joining of the extremities of his body, did not acquaint his inner self with knowledge about thee. And then comes this verse after this whole paragraph is finished. By Allah, we were certainly in manifest error when we equaled you with the Lord of the worlds. They are wrong who liken thee to their idols and dress thee with apparel. You mean to say we shouldn't glorify the name of Allah? That name is different from the idol? Shortcut. Simple. Huh? Whoever has likened thee to their idols and dressed thee with apparel of the creatures by their imagination. And who has clothed this world with beauty? No, it is, of course it is Allah. So if silence can lead him, if silence can lead us to Allah, it is as though he has not heard the wrongful followers disclaiming their false gods by sayings, by Allah, we were certainly in manifest error when we equaled you. Now this is equaled you with the Lord of the worlds. Okay, I will see. Now it's gone on for 1 hour and 44 minutes. Who is going to really, even I will find it hard to go through this. So all this discovery. Okay, imaginations. You see what is in your, so imagination, what is your imagination? Oh my God. Huh? What is your thought? Please, let us go to Jiddu Krishnamurti, right? I stand to witness that even I don't exist anymore because I'm so scared. Oh my God. This is like, they are wrong who liken thee to their idols and dress thee with apparel of creatures with their imagination. Oh God, attribute to thee parts of body by their own thinking and consider thee after. Well, we've made it, we've done it. What we've done is duality, we've created a duality. Problem of duality. Now forget the problem of God. No, adding the problem. No, just kidding. No, wait a minute, what is that? Do I think I'm too smart for this? No, I was so scared. But I do sound a little arrogant, I think. Sorry, forgive me for that. Although I really don't want to show my, why with the Mickey Malik people standing against me. I stand witness that whoever, leave me my blamer. I stand witness that Khalil Gibran. I stand witness that whoever equated thee with anything out of thy creation took a match for thee. Okay, so we took a match. Okay, now I'm for the idol worshippers because I always, like we were told Abraham, he was very compassionate. He even cared for, I think we were told the idol worshippers. That's why he prayed for his father Azar, who was his uncle actually, but he used to call him. That's the Shia source coming, maybe from the Shia source. Anyways, Abraham was very compassionate. So let me see, I'm very compassionate for the idol worshippers. Um, According to what I want to, because my God, in every way, deeply, I have to see that these people have been just. Then I can even kill myself on. If idol worshippers are wrong, I will kill the Radharani inside of me. Okay? Took a match for thee, and whoever takes a match for thee is an unbeliever. I stand witness that whoever equated thee with anything out of thy creation took a match for thee. Why have you done this? Why didn't you go to Moji Baba right now? But because Zahra, your mind comes in. My mind comes in. And the attraction is there to Mrs. Munira Gulzar. You still need her, want her, pine for her, die for her. Die with her. How hard have you tried? Even Moji Baba said so simple, you don't even have to try hard. Effortless. Dr. Deepak Chopra. Effortlessness. You know what is in his 7 spiritual laws of success book. So now, okay, we likened, it's not okay. Because this is not the hakikat. This is not the reality of God. This will take you, you are making dolls of gods, idols. You are making Radharani dance and saying she's our God. She's our goddess. Right? This is all but your exercise of your imagination. I hope this guy didn't die. Anyways, at the end, I hope he said, oh my God, what is this? So now we are going to Quran ayat. Either I am wrong, idol worshippers are wrong, or Imam Ali is wrong. Where are we going? We are going to Surah 21. We are going to Surah Shuara. Shuara. And, okay. It's very important. See, Nude. Nuh was denied as the messenger. You are not creating partners with Allah? Surah Fat. Honoring, assisting Prophet Muhammad is not honoring Allah? Even if you put that verse, Allah in the end, i.e. Allah. And indeed your Lord, He is the exalted. See, that's why now the Shias will tell, no, our Ahlul Bayt said that without us you can never worship one God. You will worship Him in your mind. With your mind you will create Him. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. So now we have no intercessors. 100. I'm going up. 99. And no one misguided us except the criminals. You criminals. You idol worshipper criminals. You satanic people. When we held you as equals with the Lord of the worlds. Yeah. Krishna. Krishna is in this. Ram is in this. Everyone. By Allah, we were truly, all of these Hindu. By Allah, we were truly in an error manifest. Surely you were. Imam Ali, when Imam Ali stands to witness that it is your imaginations creating this, your mind. They will say while they dispute their going up 96, 95 now. And the soldiers of Iblis all together. You are the soldiers of Iblis. Iblis? Why does God call him Iblis here? Oh, not Satan. This is another problem we're having here. Then they will be thrown headlong into the fire, and those straying in evil up 95. Besides, are you not scared of the fire? That you are all the time, this is such a unforgivable. Not only that, you'll be thrown in the fire. Please, I don't want to be thrown in the fire. Besides Allah, can they help you? What were the messengers of Allah doing? And now when they are not here, Rasulullah, is he dead? He's not dead, he's Shaheed. When he's the witness, what is he? Witness. Allah sent him as a witness for all of us. Huh? Oh, Kali Kamli Wale, Sabri brothers. Tell us that when Mahshar will come, you will save us, right, from our sins. You will intercede. And it will be said to them, where are those you used to worship? I will tell you where they are. And to those straying in evil, the fire will be placed in full of you. So you can have a great, overwhelming experience when you read Imam Ali's Sermon 91 and Sermon 1. Attributes. Do not attribute to Allah anything. Right? देखो शाहिद Remain. Remain. Look at this. What? What has he said here? Wait. Okay, so here was Surah 20. Surah 21 is Surah Shura. Why? How did I come here to Surah Shura? This is 26. Sorry, I made a mistake here, so correcting myself. Oh God, Surah 21. But they are rather honored creatures. Oh, this is I'm going up, sorry. Oh, this is another, yeah. I didn't make a mistake actually. I was looking at another ayat in this Nahjul Balagha, Sermon 91. So what will happen is, you see, Imam Ali here says, Surah 26. Where's Surah 26? Oh, so these slight mistakes I'm making, I apologize. It is Surah Shuara. Oh, this is the poet verse, not the Shura. Sorry, my mind is... Yes, it is Surah 26, that's the verse. Against the idol worshippers. And here it is given. O Allah, I stand witness, He who likens Thee with separateness of limbs. But what did He say originally? Here. No, sorry, what did He say in the beginning? Then look on, questioner, be confined to those of His attributes, which the Quran had described, and seek light from the effulgence of its guidance. Be confined. See, pay attention to what Imam Ali is saying here, because then again, we're having a run around. I'll take you to Sermon 1. If you take me here, I'll take you there. Then look on, questioner, be confined. Those of His attributes which the Quran had described. Quran has described attributes of Allah. Those of His attributes. His, in capital H, which the Quran had described. Oh, Imam Ali. Alim Murtaza is coming, Zahra. तुम मेरी उम्मीदों को सुना किए जाते. Which Shia is going to come 1983 and say that I am not a lesbian? Miss Tessa came with me to Shah Qasim Ladies Majlis. Come on, which Shia? I have lost my love through the gardens of terror. Come on, Shias, come. It's too late. That was 1983. Miss Tessa came. कहाँ हो तुम लोग? Shias, where are you? One of you. Reach out, help. So, that's why I need to show you what I see now. I will continue later. I will be having a runaround. What does he say? Be confined to those of His attributes which the Quran had described, and seek light. What does he say in Sermon 1? I will open a new tab here. Or no, I will open this one. What does he say? Sermon 1. Oh, He is a being but not through the phenomenon coming into his being and, where is it? Attributes. Shias, come on, come, hit me, come on, come. You didn't come to help. 1983. Come on, come, hit me. And the perfection of his purity is to deny him attributes. And the perfection of his attributes. This is Imam Ali saying Sermon 1. Okay? Come on. Sermon 92, what is he saying to the questioner? Sermon 91, sorry. What is he saying? Imam Ali, Nahjul Balagha. Then look on, questioner. Be confined to those of his attributes. When Allah himself is giving his attributes, you can see in the Quran, Imam Ali says, in other words, be confined, be limited. Yani be confined to those of his attributes which the Quran had described. This means the Quran has described attributes. Arey tum log Shia. So sad, so sad, so sad. Such a tragedy. I will come back later.